There's Martin, who plays that hounding defense. If you don't know where Brindisi is, let me tell you, you go to the boot of Italy, you go all the way down to the heel, and it's right there on the heel. You see Banks on the right. Also getting a look at the Brindisi coach, Francesco Vitucci. So Brindisi not at full strength tonight. But we will name the starting fives here. You see it's a nice arena. Very bright up top, and they pack it in on the sides. Last minute call before the opening tip. Make sure you leave the food in the oven. I'll be home later. So Brindisi in this Basketball Champions League for the first time this season, and wanting to follow in the footsteps of Virtus Bologna, who won it last year. Of course, that's easier said than done. Got to finish as the best of the 32 teams that are playing during the regular season. You got to take it one step at a time. Get enough wins to get into the playoffs, and then hopefully you're peaking at the right time. Of course, the referees lining up for today's game. From Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ademir Zarapovic on the left, Radomir Vojinovic and Karen Baki on the right. Already had one thriller tonight, Besiktas losing at home in Group D by 1 point to Casa Zaragoza, with DJ Sealy fouled with 0.4 seconds remaining while attempting a three. He made 2 of the free throws for the win. Subotic, Frazier, DeLeo, Breunig, and Polis Bartolo are in the starting five for Bonn. Thomas Potch, the coach. And now we'll get a look at the starting five for Brindisi. Adrian Banks, Kelvin Martin, Bogdan Radosavljevic, Darius Thompson, and Tyler Stone. So Patricia hoping that the great start in Italy will fill this team with confidence as they go out for the win tonight. Happy Casa Brindisi's John Brown was actually the MVP of the fifth week in the Italian League over the weekend. 32 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to Brindisi, Italy, down in the southern part of the country on the heel of the boot. It's Brindisi in the blue taking on Bonn and the, is it Garnet? And it's already a basket down low for the visitors. So Polas Bartolo with his first 2 points. Banks down low, and it looks kind of like both teams going through their run through there before the game. A little lack of intensity. That'll have to pick up. And missing it down low, I believe that was Breunig. Now quickly, Banks, his pass intercepted. Bodic gets in the lane. And tough drive by Breunig, but ball stays out. Banks again. Ball knocked away, but then it goes back to Radosavljevic, who jumps up and scores. A little jump hook. Putting it up in the lane is Anthony DeLeo. Radosavljevic from deep. Long rebound to Breunig. Three-point attempt, and that is long. Breunig with the rebound. And then the finish by Frazier, Brendan Frazier. You better keep an eye on him. He is an out-and-out scorer. Opportunistic. DeLeo with the reach and the foul. Martin looks down low. Radosavljevic passes back out to Martin. Spin move. Bodic with the rebound. Here comes Bonn. Bodic. Breunig called for a foul, clearing out. Yep, kind of arms raised. Battling with Kelvin Martin, who's not afraid of anybody. He'll take the punishment. Now the pass again into the hands, and it's going to be an easy one for the big fella, Yorman Polas Bartolo. So Tyler Stone commits the turnover. Banks from the right corner, drills the three. Yorman Polas Bartolo throws it away. Polas Bartolo is from Cuba. Now the shot down low by Radosavljevic, and he is fouled, so three-point play opportunity. This foul called on Tyler Stone. Look at him. Excuse me, on Polas Bartolo for sliding into too late. So here he is, Radosavljevic. (26 years of age). Trey McKinney-Jones checks into the game, number 2. Frazier dribbling up high, then bounces it down low. And right off the bench is Jones, McKinney-Jones, banking it in. DeLeo had a good read on that, couldn't quite get there in time, but did knock it away. Long jump shot, short. Frazier. Bräunig with the rebound. Jones misses. Now putting it up and in is Subotic. But quickly to the other end is Banks. Scores with the left hand. Boy, that was a tough shot. High degree of difficulty, but was able to get it to go. And now they knock it away, and it leads to a dunk for Darius Thompson. Subotic goes to work. Radosavljevic rebounds it over to Thompson. Now Banks, he's open. Count it! Frazier goes in, gets swatted. Banks saves it from going out of bounds, sets his feet. Goodness me. If he has any space at all and he gets those feet set, forget it. It's going in the basket. Bank on it, says Adrian Banks. Well, Frazier just missed it, in fact. I thought the ball was blocked. Just an out-and-out scorer, Adrian Banks. Beautiful release, under control. So Bonn called timeout, trailing by 8. Adrian Banks has the hot hand, 11 points, and there's still 3:49 remaining in the first quarter. Simon's in the game, number 23 for Bonn. Also in Saibo, and Saibo puts it up and has it blocked. Oh, Banks can't leave him open. Jones fouls him. So Adrian Banks is going to take a seat and get a breather. Terrific block. Brindisi with that Kelvin Martin swat. Lead it 20-12. Bonn 1-0 after winning last week against Zaragoza. Jones misses. There's Thompson. Missing Tyler Stone. Yoshiko Saibu. Groening posting up. It's time to go to work, he says. Oh, that is a tough move. He had the size advantage, and he went right at him. Great finish with the left hand. Groening does not complete the three-point play, nevertheless gets the ball back, and then missed a layup. But another foul will send Bonn to the line. And good call. Sliding in there was Antonio Iannuzzi, picking up the foul. So, in fact, not in the act of shooting. So no free throws. Oh boy, bad turnover. Oh, nice give and go. Tyler Stone keeping him happy at happy Casa Brindisi. Takes it up to 22-14. Kenny Jones. Tough move. Hey, that is the land of the tough moves tonight, because Brindisi are challenging the drive. Kelvin Martin floats in but misses badly. Yoshiko Saibu with a little runner. Ball does not go down. Even with the soft touch. And this time Stone drives and is fouled. Shake and bake. Look at that. Right at Zimmerman, number 41. Steven Zimmerman. Well, Tyler Stone misses the first. It could be worse for Bonn. Brindisi now 2 of 3 at the charity stripe. 7-point lead. Good pass, and fouled while attempting the shot down low was Benjamin Lishka. Januzzi called for the foul. Makes 1 of 2. They came in shooting just 57.1% at the free throw line after last week. Three-point attempt. Of course, I say that they only attempted 7. They were 4 of 7. Three-pointer on the break from McKinney Jones. And it's back to 23-20. Final 35 seconds ticking off the clock. Martin leaps high, lays it up and in. Now an offensive foul, battling for position. Lishka. So with 12.8 seconds left, Brindisi will hold it for 1. Boy, that was execution to perfection, wasn't it? Floating in, scoring, and giving Brindisi the lead at 27-20. That last shot by Darius Thompson. So 27-20 at the end of 1 in favor of happy Casa Brindisi. Well, you see the Adrian Banks effect with the 3 3-pointers. Just 1 of 4 for Bonn. Both teams with 8 makes inside the arc. Adrian Banks 3 of 3 from 3-point range, 4 of 4 overall. That was the one basket by Banks that he made, not from behind the arc. Here he was making this one. This was his best play, in my opinion. He had to save the ball from going out of bounds, then had the wherewithal to get his feet set. And once he had his feet set, you just knew it was going in. That was a beautiful give and go by finished by Stone. McKinney Jones pulled up on the break here. I thought that was a 3, but they may have given him a 2. No, they gave him a 3. Second quarter underway in Brindisi. Brindisi leading it 27-20. Januzzi drives drives and puts it up and in. Points finally registered there on the graphic. 29-20 from Iannucci's drive. Oh, another missed free throw by Liška. So spurned the chance for the three-point play with the missed free throw. Banks, nope, missed badly there. He's not going to claim that as a pass, surely. They call a foul. So push down low, and it puts guess who at the line? Banks. I'm guessing he's going to get 30 tonight. That would be my prediction. He's off to a fast start. So fouled from behind the arc. Makes 2 of the 3 free throws. I'll tell you, they almost got that ball back. Apologies, seems like the points are registering very slowly on the graphic. Joshua Saibu nails the three-pointer from the corner. Here's Banks again. Smart decision to the corner. McKinney Jones back to Liška. Good read by Bonn almost, but then they throw it to Banks. I'll tell you what, that's almost a cardinal sin. It's like throwing the ball under your own basket for Banks, who right now seems like he can make it from anywhere. 4 of 4 from three-point range. Campo Grande. Nice swat from Iannucci. Saibu, pass on the low block to Zimmerman. Back out to Liška. Liška, tough shot, going off 1 foot. And then nobody boxed out Saibu, but then he fell over. I don't know if he tripped or just lost his footing, but the referee says the ball goes to Brindisi. Look at this. Oh. You might have thought he would have gotten a call there with the reach. And that was the pass that was saved in bounds to Banks. And he said, don't mind if I do. Goes to 16 points. Better off in that situation. Obviously, your back is to the court. Try to fling it towards your own basket, or towards the other basket. Now, timeout called by Brindisi. Look how efficient Brindisi have been inside. 9 of 12. Now Brindisi, bring it the other way. Iannuzzi, back to Banks for three, surely not. No, shows he's human, but gets the rebound and dunks it. Boy, everything is working for Banks. He's putting in a call to Basketball Champions League headquarters right now saying, put me on that All-Star 5. I'm red hot. 18 points. .707 remaining in the first half. Adrian Banks in fuego. Simons finally gets an opportunity here. Lischka goes over to the bench. Sabatic back in the game, number 7. Good effort there. So just going 1 of 2, but they get the ball back. Zimmerman fakes the shot and called for a travel. Long jump shot. And not grabbing the miss was Polas Bartolo. Gaspardo has it taken away. Here comes Joshiko Saibu. Takes the bump and goes down. Great effort by Saibu. And Campo Grande hustling back on defense. You see Saibu seeking out the contact. Saibu bends his knees and makes the first. And the former Alba Berlin player makes the second. Campo Grande goes out of the game. Now the miss, and Bonn scrapping away. They come up with it. Saibu crosses midcourt. Zanelli in the game for, oh, look at Simons getting in, scoring with the reverse layup. And here comes Bonn now, down by just 6 points. And Zanelli able to get the ball back and then passes it to Iannuzzi. Banks slow to get up. Iannuzzi called for another foul. So Iannuzzi now with 3 fouls will probably sit down for the rest of the first half. De Oliveira in the game for the first time, number 22 for Bonn. And De Leo pulls up. DeLeo just plays with so much savvy. Look at Banks. Could not quite prevent the ball from going out of bounds. As well as they played, Brindisi, they're only up 4. Halfway through the second quarter, look at the bench for Bonn. 18-2, they're outscoring Brindisi. DeLeo again. Well, DeLeo was in the starting lineup. He's looking silky smooth right now. It's a 2-point game. And Bonner must be thinking, okay, now we got it going. Great spot for Banks to try a shot. Yep. You just know it. He senses it. He wants to stop that momentum. 20 first half points for Adrian Banks. Savadic brings a little bit of rain. Back to a 1-point game. Wow. Bonn. The Bonn offense has the wind in its sails. Now the turnover gives them a chance to take the lead if they score here. Simons. And they're scrapping away for the ball. Can't save it from going out of bounds. Good hustle by De Oliveira. Alessandro Zanelli takes his seat. Tyler Stone checks back into the game, number 33. Bonn read that one. Now they bring it the other way. And spurned the opportunity to take the lead. And the drive, and it goes. Unbelievable by Stone. Polis Bartolo arguing that he felt like he was stationary. And Stone initiated the contact. Stone does not make the free throw, however. So coming up on the 3-minute mark. Here comes Bonn. Shaken. And then a reach and a foul on Martin. Good play by Brendan Frazier. Look at that. Try to keep up with that, why don't you? Remember Brendan Frazier from his days with Aftador Saratov in the Basketball Champions League. Spent last season with San Pablo Burgos in Spain, another team now in the Basketball Champions League. Made it through, like Bonn, made it through qualifying, the qualifying rounds. And looks like the part of the floor has torn, so it's time to bring out the tape. Well, Banks leads all scorers right now with 20 points, 5 rebounds. He's 4-5 from three-point range. And the only player in double figures for either team. But the only score that matters, the only numbers that matter are those on the score 40-37, Brindisi over Bonn, so it's a tight one. Everybody but, only 2 players have not scored yet for Bonn. There is Thompson looking down. Stone and Martin as well. A lot of headband wearing players in that Brindisi side. So Frazier sinks the first. And the second. Good reach, ball knocks out of bounds. Thompson. 2:45 to go now in the first half. Oh, the pass thrown right into the hands of Subotic. DeLeo from the corner off the back of the iron. Polis Barcelo with the rebound, a new 14. Oh, the alley-oop pass to McKinney Jones. Oh no, Broinig flushes it. Take another look at that one, folks. That was a thing of beauty. And it gets it back to a 1-point lead now for Telekom Baskets Bonn. But that has to be one of the plays of the game.
Next play be 24 on off. 24.
Look at this. Well, somebody got caught sleeping. Well, this crowd is a little stunned that Brindisi have lost the lead, especially considering the night that Banks has had. Now, coming out of a Brindisi timeout, they turn the ball over. That's about as bad as it gets. Bonn taking some time off the clock. Broinig goes to work. And boy, he leaves his feet, hangs in the air, puts up a little soft jump hook. Banks' bounce pass off target. Frazier to Broinig again, stays with it. Martin, his pass knocked out of bounds. He is fouled by Subotic, or just it goes off of Subotic. Yeah. Looked like he reached from behind, knocked it away. Here's Banks putting up a three. Unbelievable. 23 points for him in the first half. Somebody go back into the annals. Remember Jimmy Barron hitting all those threes to set the high in the opening season? And DeLao's attempt off target. And that gives another opportunity here for Banks, perhaps, to get yet another three. Although if you're Bonn, you don't want to let him free for the three. The shot was taken early, and now Bonn can reclaim the lead here at the end of the first half. Frazier passes it back, and Subotic misses, well, it grazed the outside of the net. So that's how it finishes, 43 apiece between Happy, Casa Brindisi, and Telekom Baskets Bonn at halftime. Forty-three, Brindisi and Bonn. Well, the numbers, all 5 threes for Brindisi. You know who scored those? Mr. Banks. And Bonn, 3 of 12, but they're 14 of 25 now inside the arc. And if Bonn had been a little bit better from the free throw line, they'd be in front. Although you could say the same thing for Brindisi, who are 4 of 7 at the stripe. Bonn doubling up Brindisi in the assists and tripling them on the steals, 6-2. Banks again with the 23 points, far and away the leading scorer in the game. Kenny Jones with 7, and DeLeo Brunick with 6 apiece. So we're at halftime. It's 43-43. Brindisi hosting Bonn. We'll be right back before the start of the second half.
moment, and Twerp with the steal. Oh my goodness. What an athletic play.
Under the basket, Mustafa Fall in the lane, and he held the ball up like the Eiffel Tower, and it was just too easy for the big man.
Nice, beautiful move. Really sneaky, smart play. Oh, what a move by Thomas. Throwing it down. Just catch through the lane and throws it down with authority. Inside for a big time slam dunk by Faye. Ibrahim Faye, I said earlier, just throw it up anywhere above the rim and he'll catch it. Wow, what a play.
Marty, oh, he throws it down hard. Great hustle play by Brindisi. Kelvin Marty just hammered it home.
No good there for the Sixers, and here comes Jaquan Lewis. Lewis, still Lewis. Oh, what a move! Off the glass!
Offensive rebound, and Goldikas has been good, but he turns it over. Ball kept alive. Martin goes down the floor and gets to the end of the runway and takes off and throws it down for two. And Kelvin Martin, there you go, gets off the 2 feet, gives it a little windmill action and throws it down.
Double triple to be called. It isn't. Young gets a little slip, throws it up, and then the finish. Once more, it's Kamari Murphy. Sorry, it was Simpson sneaking along the baseline.
The Luna, it's up to Adelaide Look. Back to Look. Oh my lord! I mean, he stares it down. You remember the name. It is Abdullah Lum. Look at the elevation, and he stares it down on the floor. You remember Abdullah Lum.
Well, it's anybody's game here at halftime in Brindisi, Italy, where Bonn have really come back strong against the hosts and knotted it at 43 apiece at halftime. I'm sure Adrian Banks must be thinking to himself, what more do I need to do to get my team a lead? He has been electric tonight with 23 points. Very interesting stat that we saw during the game where the bench at one point was really outscoring. In fact, it still is. 18 points off the bench for Bonn, just 2 for Brindisi. What a story that would be if Bonn were to come back to win, having trailed by 11 points. Remember, they won last week at home over Zaragoza. And McKinney Jones has 7 points, hits the hardwood, and a foul called on, I believe, Martin. And just wasn't moving his feet, really, Martin. Not quickly enough, anyway. Kenny Jones among those guys that came off the bench tonight, as has Lischka. Here's McKinney Jones again. This time a charge called. So Martin wins the battle. Three fouls on McKinney Jones. Banks sharing the ball well and putting it up and in. Darius Thompson. Quick pass. With a foul called. Tyler Stone. Well, McKinney Jones maybe a little fortunate to be the beneficiary of the last 2 calls that went his way, but again, he also was called for a charge. On Martin. And once again, we've got a tie game. Nowhere to go for Thompson, but a foul called on Lischka. Martin decides to go to work. No, he's going to pass it back outside. Stone. Cold, but the rebound by Darius Thompson, and the putback, and possession goes back to Bonn. So Martin stepped out of bounds. Yoshiko Saibo looks at the clock. Oh, he gets swatted. Three-point attempt from Banks. Misses badly on that one. That was very un-Adrian Banks-like. Now he's got it back. dump and the handoff and the rejection. But then the turnover off of Frazier. Let's see who gets this. Wow. Bräunig. I'll tell you what, when he gets it going, he is one tough customer. Now a hold on McKinney Jones. I think he and Martin are going to foul each other out. So he's called for a hand check. So McKinney Jones sits down and blocked from behind Radosavljevic, and now the ball goes back to Bonn. Liska, short little pass, batted away. Now Banks to Radosavljevic. Stone, nice little step, but then missed the shot. Liska catches it at the line, then hands it back off to Saibu. Bräunig thought about taking the three, and his feet give way. Maybe some moisture needs to be wiped up. But he's so patch. I think he was talking to Bräunig. Take the jumper if you've got it. Subotic back in the game. I wonder if he was benched to start the second half for that last three-point attempt that he missed everything except the net. Doubtful. Banks dumps it again to Radosavljevic, making the right plays, Banks, but his teammates are struggling to finish now around the basket. Just a little bit out of it, so Bertucci takes him out and replaces him with Antonio Iannuzzi, who has 3 fouls. Alley-oop and the dunk from Mr. Bräunig, Herr Bräunig. Bonn scrapping away. Nowhere to go. Boy, both defenses kind of dominating the game right now. The offenses are grinding to a halt. That was Saibu getting stuck in. Look at him. And that was the alley-oop pass to Bräunig, which he duly deposited with a jam. Bräunig with 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He takes a seat. Polas Bartolo back in the game for Bonn. Here's Stone appealing for a foul. Now Frazier takes a seat as well. Zimmerman in the game, and Vallejo as well. Now a hold on Darius Thompson. So second half not really able to start smoothly. 7 fouls committed already. Three-point attempt. Now Banks goes behind his back. Oh, the pass looked like it was there. Maybe just slightly off target. Tyler Stone not able to bring it in. Alessandro Zanelli now into the game, guarding the ball. And great defense by Januzzi, anticipating the pass. That was Subotic a little guilty of telegraphing the pass. Oh, Banks hit while attempting a three-pointer. Polis Bartolo. Wow, that wasn't even close, was it? He just raised his hand. Three free throws coming for the biggest scorer in the game with 23 points, but he's yet to get anything in this half until now. Leo has it. To Saibu. Joshiko Saibu back to Subotic, who launches it from way downtown. Not a good offense. The Banks, having been fouled while attempting the three, puts his team on top, but now Januzzi steps out of bounds. No, he's called for a foul. Number 4. No, in fact, it was not. It was just a turnover. Not sure what it was. If it was a travel. No, it was out of bounds, like I originally thought. Timeout. Well, Brindisi were in the flow in the first half, certainly in the first quarter. And they built the lead, but Telekom Baskets Bonn came back from 11 points down, tied it at 43 by halftime, and it's been close ever since. And what a play! The basket is good by Zimmerman, and also fouled by Januzzi. That's number 4. Zimmerman takes his time, misses, but offensive rebound. Subotic, oh, golden opportunity for 4-point play, spurned by Bonn. With that little short miss by Subotic. DeLeo calls the play. Gets it back from Zimmerman. Look at it. Feeling it out. Back to Subotic for 3. Zimmerman with the rebound. Makes the mistake of a big man putting the ball on the floor. Ball's knocked away. Stone. Ball stolen by Zimmerman. Simons. Now Banks. He seems to be not reluctant, but wants to be more of a provider in this half. But I think the time is going to come when he's got to put up some shots. Is that number 5 on Januzzi? No, it's number 4. Stone goes out. Rafael Gaspardo back into the game, number 10 for Brindisi. So Januzzi is actually at the line and makes the first one. Brindisi losing last week. Bonn winning. This is game day 2. And look at that, 49 apiece. Zimmerman showing the range, the big fella. Took his time and drilled the 3. Banks, the block. Good job by Zimmerman again. Well, they got to guard Zimmerman. He's already shown he can hit the 3. He's going to set the pick. Subotic. And scores with a runner right at the end of the shot clock. And the lead is 5. Banks to the corner for 3. That's short. Both teams having an almighty time struggling to get the ball in the basket. That was Januzzi's miss. Subotic again. Subotic just 3 of 11 from the floor. Banks, Mr. Reliable, puts it in for Brindisi. 28 points. Simons has the ball knocked out of his hands by Martin. Simons slides to the right, back outside to Leo. It's open. And good job. Lishka getting the ball back. And Gaspardo commits to foul. It's the little things, the hustle, that'll win you basketball games. Lishka's attempt rims out. Killian Benapel also in the game, number 21 for Bonn. As you look at Vitucci going over in his own mind, maybe something they can do to turn this thing around. Seems like the game has been played at Bonn's pace. It has been really for most of the game. I'd like to see Brindisi speed it up a bit if they could. There's Martin. Oh, and Martin was going in, but looked like for a thunderous slam, and then he was blocked by Breunig, but fouled. And it looked like Martin said, good block to Breunig as he walked past. Yeah, Breunig saying, all ball, all ball. You know what? You win some, you lose some. Second is good, 1 of 2, back to a 2-point game. 24 seconds remaining, they'll hold it for 1 shot. DeLeo across midcourt. Gets the pick from Breunig. Alley-oop, oh! Goodness me, have they got that working. Beautiful play by Bonn. And the 3-point attempt off the rim. 10 minutes remaining, and Bonn now on top here in Brindisi. Bonn lead it 56-52 over a not so happy Casa Brindisi. Four more makes inside the arc for Bonn, and it's really the difference in the game for them. Well, 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes separating Bonn from a second win in as many regular season games. And also a second loss in as many regular season games for happy Casa Brindisi. Tell you what, you do not want to drop games at home. Lose on the road, okay, you can stomach that, but not at home. The season can spiral out of control quickly. Brindisi, again, 4-1 in Italy. Playing well on the domestic front, but in the Basketball Champions League, finding it tough right now. Martin and Simons not giving an inch. Simons with a good job, had his hand on the ball. Frazier hands it off to Simons, steps back. Bräunig with the rebound. Surely they go to Bräunig. Here he is, going to work, pump fake, and earns a trip to the line. He took the punishment. He took one for the team from Stone. Look at that. Woo. Boy, that is flirting with an unsportsmanlike foul right there. I think just the way he ended up getting tangled in there. Obviously, there's no intent. Probably looked worse than it was. Bräunig just makes plays. He is solid. 11 points, 7 rebounds. He scores plenty, spectacular variety. Did not take full advantage of that tip to the line. And it's a 5-point game now. I would say get the ball to Adrian Banks, but he's not in the game. Somebody else has to step up. Oh, the pass batted away, and now a break, and Frazier lays it up and in. And the lead now 59-52, their biggest lead of the game. That three-pointer is good. From from Alessandro Zanelli. Simons now brings the ball down. Martin forces the turnover. And here it comes now. And great hustle back by Bräunig to knock the ball out of bounds, although Tyler Stone begs to differ. Look at the hustle from Martin. That's why you want him on your team. Yeah, that was, I think I'd side with Bräunig on that one. Good no call by the ref. Also, McKinney Jones back in the game, so that might spell trouble for Brindisi. McKinney Jones can get it going offensively. Oh boy, he doesn't stop the penetration. Stone, not shy about taking that three-pointer, but it's not going in. Martin, and he's fouled by Simons. And it looks like Martin lost the contact. Maybe it got knocked loose. I remember driving to the mountains once with my parents back in the day. My dad lost his contact. He thought it flew out the window. So he stopped the car, he got out and looked for it. You can believe that. Nowadays, Obviously, contacts are a lot softer and perhaps not as problematic. Adrian Banks, he's got to come out, I think, with the mentality of getting open and shooting, but they're going to miss Martin's defense. And beautiful drive. Not sure if that was Stone's basket or if it was Zanelli. They gave it to Zanelli. And now the scrap, and Brindisi seem to be digging deep here. Zanelli trying to provide another spark, and he does. A three-pointer. Talk about the X factor. Sign him up. He's given Brindisi the lead. Showing some heart. Bräunig out to Simons. Now he passes it back to Bräunig, though right at his feet. It goes to Stone. Will he make the right decision? Yes, he does. He just takes it all the way, and all of a sudden, Brindisi with the wind in their sails, leading by 3. Three-pointer. Here comes Banks. Knocked away, but he chases it down. We have to say Banks is the MVP for Brindisi, but they're getting some great play, and now it's their turn to get an alley-oop, and it's Stone who flushes it, and all of a sudden, Bonn defensively are lacking, not getting back on the fast break, losing their way on offense, and the timeout has been called. So you see, Bonn really do want to play more deliberate. They don't want to play up and down, whereas Brindisi, they seem to like the fast game. They thrive in it. And not sure what Zanelli was saying there, but he has been the spark that they needed. And of course, the energy now from Stone is coming into play. Tyler Stone now with 9 points and 5 rebounds. That was Adrian Banks' 3rd assist to go with his 9 rebounds and 28 points. Six minutes remaining. Oh, beautiful possession that time by Paulus Bartolo. Banks there for the dunk, and the follow is Stone. Paulus Bartolo almost lost it. Joshua Saibu back in, number 1. And coming over to help was Gaspardo. Zimmerman, you can see, back in the game as well. So McKinney Jones comes out, and DeLeo comes back in. Paulus Bartolo, oh goodness me, the three-pointer. 5 consecutive points from Paulus Bartolo. Banks for three. Good. Where's that been all second half, Adrian? Yo, Adrian. And now the drive and the foul call down low. But Banks does have his 31 points. 4:48 remaining. Wow. Games like this are absolutely crucial. You feel like the winner of this one is really going to get a big lift in the Basketball Champions League, and the loser is going to be deflating. Although probably more important for Brindisi, seeing as how they're 0-1 and they're the home team tonight. And Polis Bartolo just taking over offensively for Bonn. Here's Thompson. Fouled by DeLeo. Bonn's second foul here in the fourth quarter. Zanelli. Inbounds it to Gaspardo, gets it back. He's got the feel. Oh, what a move. He puts it behind his back. Oh, the bounce pass. And going up. Thompson couldn't quite finish. Great move by Zanelli. And El Saibu fouled by Zanelli. Zanelli. What a spark he's been. You love it. Polis Bartolo again catches it. This time he's rejected by Gaspardo. Banks back out to Zanelli. Stone. He struggled from three-point range. Hands it off now to Banks. Wide open. Misses everything this time. Having to sit and watch. DeLeo. Polis Bartolo, this time surrounded. No, he finds his way in. Oh, what a play! A little bit of hang time, then finishes it with the left hand. He has been ridiculously good in the fourth quarter. Wow. Several players with the wow factor tonight in this game. Banks, Zanelli,
Don't hesitate. All of you out.
and Polis Bartolo. Also Brojnik.
On these screens here, don't hesitate and keep the ball on the side. It's better to see that being late here, then they get the ball, then they dribble, they attack with the dribble. Okay? So him here, doesn't matter. Switch and keep the ball on the side. That's more important. Right? Let's go, 24 on offense. Side pick and roll. Rafa, cut through. Okay, the ball back to the middle.
Look at Polis Bartolo. Just when you thought they actually had finally stopped him, he does this. Some players just know when it's time to take over, and Polis Bartolo knows it's time for him to get stuck in. Oh, the dump on the block and the foul. Back to a 2-point lead. And make it 3. Good job by Darius Thompson. Free throw is so important. See, Bonn have left a lot out there tonight. Could that be a determining factor? Saibu from deep. Oh, that is money. That is big time experience right there. Got it playing for Alba Berlin, playing for Germany. Knotted at 71. Now the miss. Zimmerman gets it over to Saibu. And Bonn now playing much more deliberate pace with Saibu and DeLeo out on the court. Saibu takes on Zanelli, pulls up his dribble, puts up a tough shot. And Kelvin Martin back out. Bräunig back in. What a game. 71-71. There might be the whiff of overtime in the air. What do you think about that? Remember when Monterrey Venezia played the previous 3 seasons, it seemed like they were always going to overtime. Banks dumps it off, and the ball does not go down by Stone. Good look, though. Martin in there scrapping away. Fixed his contact situation. Now DeLeo. Will they try to get some penetration here? DeLeo. Three-point attempt by Subotic. Oh, and the ball tapped up and in by Bräunig. Freakishly. Now Zanelli. Well, not shy about putting it up. Stone, but misses, and now Banks. Surely he's got to look. Here he goes. Nope. Gets it to Zanelli. Ooh, tough miss by Darius Thompson. But then a foul called down low on Subotic. Look at this. This is rather fortuitous. Watch this. Bräunig. Oh, we didn't quite see it at the end. Oh, another missed free throw by Martin. Earlier tonight, Jordan Theodore, in a key situation for Besiktas, missed 2 free throws late, only for James McAdoo to rebound and score with the putback. But that time Martin makes both. Of course, that was Theodore now plays for Besiktas, and they lost by 1 point at home. Martin picks up the foul. .7 seconds remains. And touch pass to Saibu in the left corner. Now Stone gets it to Banks. I would have liked the idea of seeing Zanelli do something with it, but instead Stone goes up, almost turns it over. Now Banks loses his footing. They get it to Martin. The ball kicked out of bounds with 4.8, 4.7 seconds on the shot clock. Boy, they were lucky to maintain possession there. Brindisi called the timeout, and very slow to get up is Adrian Banks. And that was just good defense by Joshua Saibu, sliding his feet to the left.
Darius takes the ball out. Okay, you make the pass. We got 4 seconds, so we got time also to make one dribble, right? But we try to score right away, the most we can. Okay, so we put Calvin, we put you here, right? Listen, Alessandro go first, Calvin open, Tyler back screen Banks, all right, and roll to the basket. Let's go, come on. Let's go, guys!
So Stone's going to set a back screen, then he's going to roll to the basket to look to get it back. Unless maybe Banks takes it all the way, and Stone is there for the potential putback. One-point game, 4.7 seconds on the shot clock for Brindisi. Well, he's going to have to chuck it. Oh, it does get it in time to Martin. And what a finish by Martin. And that was all down to hang time. I thought they'd messed it up. Didn't seem like Stone set the back screen that was needed, but that is just pure ability and concentration by Martin. Ain't nothing but a thing he's thinking. I tell you what, teams with Kevin Martin win more games than they lose. Oh, it looks like a funeral atmosphere over there.
Strong special. Yoshi, you take it out. Yaman, you're here. Pass to Boya. Afterwards, cut and get TJ. TJ, you're coming. Set a screen, watch out. You got 2 guys here who can shoot. They're going to switch. Okay, crash the ball. Let's go.
It looks like they'll be shooting a jump shot here. I would like the idea of getting the ball in the hands of the big fella once again. Polaveris, but Polas Bartolo, excuse me. Sabatic. Now DeLeo. There he goes. And down low, and he scores. Brojnik. Boy, that is big time execution. Look at this. DeLeo. So he sets the pick. He goes down low. And much like Martin at the other end, Brojnik does a great job of elevating, extending, concentrating. He was taking some contact there as well. I mean, that is a tough finish.
Tyler and Rafael, okay? Look, Adrian crossing for Kelvin. Kelvin fake to go up and run on Adrian. So you give a first look to Kelvin inside here, right? But listen, then Adrian comes. We got 3 seconds, so we have time also for one dribble.
Get that screen. Don't roll. Don't get that screen. I'm gonna try to go between y'all.
Yeah.
That shit ain't working.
Don't pop, don't roll, screen.
Whoever this man is.
Rafael, Tyler, you cut on Adrian, okay? So we got Adrian, Rafa, and Tyler open. All right? Let's go. Come on.
Well, they will advance the ball after the made basket, so there won't be that far to go. They've already shown they can execute. But that play was from underneath the basket, from behind the basket rather. Now there's 3.3 seconds, a little bit less time. And they are going to have Subotic guarding the ball. And what a tough catch by Martin. Then he puts it up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's made it. Was it Stone in the end? I'll tell you what, you better give a big plate of pasta tonight to Martin. That was the catch of the game. That ball was going out of bounds. What tremendous offensive execution by both teams down the stretch. Unbelievable. These guys refuse to lose tonight. Wow. Look at that catch. He missed a shot, but Stone, he had his struggles all night. But this is where he's going to be really good. Crashing the boards. Nobody boxed him out. Roynick kind of maybe second guessing himself for backing up. Adrian Banks saying thank you to the praise. And it's happy. It is very happy here for happy Casa Brindisi. They win it 76-75 over Telekom Baskets Bonn. Well, you know what? I would have thought that would have been a devastating defeat for Bonn, the way they came back and fought. But in the end, I think they can take a lot of positives out of that performance. Brindisi, 20 of 36. You know, Bonn are going to look back and think, wow, we shot below 60% at the free throw line. You know, they still could have made enough plays to win the game, but you hate to leave that many free throws out there. 41-37, and the rebounding advantage for Brindisi, including one of those offensive rebounds right at the end by Stone on his putback. 15 assists for Bonn, 10 assists. I love the Basketball Champions League, and I know that you love it because you get these close games. Can't get enough of them. Banks, 31 points. Most of those coming in the first half. He was more the provider in the second half. Roynick had 15. Polis Bartolo, 13. Stone had 13. Martin, there's not going to be a stat up there for Hart, but he would lead that stat. Always does. And don't forget the great performance coming from the bench when they really needed it. Happy Casa Brindisi from Alessandro Zanelli. 8 very important points. And he played more than 21 minutes tonight. He was crucial to help keep them in the game. Here he is right here. That was one of his threes. I mean, he just basically said, I'm not going to allow us to slip mentally out of this game right now. I'm going to pick us up. That's what that three-pointer did. So just a very exciting night, especially the second half. Zanelli again, another three. Banks finished with 31 points, and that was one of his assists, the alley-oop pass to Tyler Stone. How about the play of that man right there, Polis Bartolo, in the fourth quarter? He was terrific. I thought he might get some touches in that final minute. Saibu was big time tonight as well. 8 points. Only 2 assists from the floor, but I thought he played overall played well. This was Roynick. Watch this. Oh, that was just a easy tap. When I saw it live, I thought it was much more unlikely that he would have scored that. Here it is again. Just a great basketball game. Although it did have a lot of missed free throws. That was the crucial first hang time job by Martin. And then you had this play by Roynick. And when he scores this, Bonn think they're going to win the game. But there's just enough time for this. Martin, great catch. He misses it. Then Stone comes in for the putback. And that, my friends, is what you call a grinded out basketball Champions League thriller. So, Bonn now 1-1, along with Zaragoza, Brindisi, and Besiktas and Falco Sambathli. And you've got Dijon and Neptunus Klaipėda that'll be playing tomorrow. PAOK Thessaloniki are down, rooted at the bottom of the standings at 0-2 in Group D. What has always been 76-75. Happy Casa Brindisi win it over Telekom Baskets Bonn.